r/AskReddit, teachers of Reddit, how does it feel when a student accidentally calls you mom or dad? My mom is also an elementary school teacher. She usually just perks up, says yes, son/daughter, and just tries to make it sound like it's no big deal so the other kids will think nothing of it. But now, if you call her grandma, she'll make a scene in which she looks like she's in pain and says something like, "Oh, now I'm old, my fake teeth will fall off, and I need a cane." Mostly she uses humor so that, if the kids have to laugh at anyone, it will be at her instead of the poor kid who slipped up. I teach first grade, and it happens all the time. They might be asking me a question or something and go, "Hey mom, I mean," and get a little flustered. I found the best way to keep them from feeling too embarrassed is to play along with a "yes, honey," or "what do you need my son/daughter?" We get a little laugh and then move on. Last year, all my kiddos really got into it and called me their school mom, and they called each other their school sisters/brothers. It was really super sweet. Or "this is sweet. I agree, you/cockdadikaran." Call me dad by mistake. Sometimes in that mocking, "okay darn bud," students used to call me mom quite often. Context: I'm large bearded man. I always thought it was kind of cute/sweet, like, the associations with mom tend to be quite caring/nurturing. So if that's how my students feel about me, sounds like I'm winning, I guess. You can tell by the number of question marks there that I'm very sure of myself. I called my teacher dad in grade 5, 11 years old, and he went off his rocker. Savaged me. I was belittled in front of my class. "Fuck you, Mr. Pitts. Fuck you. Fuck that guy. I'd also fuck that guy." No, that's not the objective. Mission failed. We'll get M next time. I was in 12th grade. My teacher was also my mother. She wasn't answering me as I called Mrs. Teacher name. So I said, "Mom." I was close to both getting detention and getting grounded. Yesterday I had a kid say, "Hey, mom," like she was going to ask me a question, and some kids started snickering. I was like, "Yay," to her, "and you'll know I'm like your school mom." So, to the rest. All the kids laughed together and said, "You're right. Most of my students are with me more than their parents. It's normal to slip up, and I always try to make sure the kids don't feel embarrassed about it." My sister has been a teacher for about 4 years, and it happened to her for the first time a couple months ago. She was so excited and amused by it. She called me after class. It finally happened. She pretended like it never happened after he said it though, and she thinks the kids missed it. Not a teacher, but I nannied for multiple families across 4 years. Occasionally they'd call me mommy, and I'd correct them, but when they said it in front of their actual parents I felt really embarrassed for some reason. One kid in particular was just visiting the country. Her parents were on a summer business trip and heard through the grapevine I was the one to call if they needed a nanny while they were here. The girl was starved for attention, but her parents were too busy with their own thing, and the only attention she got was when she acted up and got yelled at. So I'm this kid's nanny, and she's bored out of her mind. So I spent the next couple of weeks taking her to every kid-friendly place and event I can think of. We were at a museum and suddenly she says, "Oh mommy, look at this." I chuckle and say something like, "I'm not mommy, I'm Name." She just sighs and stays. "Can you just pretend that you're my mom, please?" That broke my heart. This was at least 4 years ago, and I still think about that. It happens to me all the time, because I'm a preschool teacher. Sometimes they say teacher mom or something like that. Once I had twin students with 2 moms ask me, "Do you want to be our third mom? There's even room for you in the back seat." It's super sweet and warms my heart, of course. For the little ones like that, teachers are their second moms. It's hard for them to separate the caregiving role, but sometimes I explain to them that I'm not mom, but a very special teacher/person in their life. Moms do very special things, and dads/other adults at home too, that teachers don't do. And I think it's really important to maintain those boundaries and that understanding. So here's this. I called my first grade teacher, a normally sullen and stern looking man from Germany, daddy, and watched as it literally melted his soul. He was actually a very nice guy and my parents adored him. He wrote a very sweet note in a book I bought from a book festival at the end of the year for me. Because I loved reading and was ahead for my age. You're the best, Mr. W. Still remember you. Not a teacher, but I recall the one time one of my classmates called our teacher F. Mom. We were 9 at the time. Poor kid cried on the spot when he realized his mistake, and the teacher cracked the biggest smile we had ever seen in response to the mistake. She has never smiled that hard ever since. Maybe she just likes seeing kids cry. Homeschool parents get it all the time. At least that doesn't make sex awkward. The what? Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed, make sure you like the video and subscribe. Goodbye.